converted to a productive person. We have 4 steps. Do you remember what was the 4th step?
We put him in a new environment.
Thank you. We change his belief. We change what he believed in. Whatever he believed in. Number 2, we change his interest. Do you remember the example of collecting shoes or shirt, brand name, stuff like that? Change that interest. Improve his skill. If you feel right now you are good in the computer, take courses for the computer. They are free online. Advance yourself. Take Excel. See what you can learn more. If you find you are good in art craft, do that. If you feel you are good in carpentry, do that. I know one of my students, he was good in the phone. He is doing business fixing phones. He is making tons of money. So whatever you like, do, because we are going to talk about what you're going to be doing in your future, part of this. So with that said, the more you increase your skill, the more you're going to be successful. And we said to divide your life into part of your life to learn, observe, inhale as much as you can, and then after that you start to give. And the Prophet, peace be upon him, also that will come to the point when we're talking about people who have value, not silly people. And the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, لا تصاحب إلا مؤمنا ولا يأكل طعامك إلا تقي. Don't be friend except with the believer. Because the friend is going to drag you what he wants to drag you into. Trust me. And whoever comes to your house, he has to be a taqi. He has to be really religious. You know why? Because the house is secret. The house is your private. He's going to see things. If he was not taqi, he's going to go outside, say bad things. He's going to have things no other people would know about your life. Then you are going to take your leader, your qudwa. Who is your qudwa? He said, my qudwa is the Prophet, peace be upon him. No doubt about it. But he said, my qudwa in management, Steve Covey. Anybody knows who Steve Covey is?
Yes.
Anybody? Google it. He has a book. You should read that book.
7 Habits.
Called The 7 Habits. It will change your life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I am giving you gold. I really want you to inhale it. I really do. His name is Steve Covey.
Yes.
And then the next lesson we'll be talking about South California College. Because that's where the management is. That's where the leadership courses are. And who is the head of that? Now we talking about who is the leader in the Islamic environment. As an Islamic leader, he should have 5 things. But before that, let's talk about leader should have a vision. Anybody knows what vision means? Yes.
Ability to see opportunity.
Yes, you can look to see what are we going to do 5 years from now? What are we going to do 15 years from now? What's our vision now? We are going to build the school. You know that school? From 08. I know. It is from 2008 we drew the first drawing for that school. And we've been working on that. That's our vision for the high school, for our kids. So your vision for a corporation, your vision for your children, your vision for your house, for your future, you should have a vision. So you have to know what you want. And for the lady, I remember the first lesson we were talking about, I said, do you know what you want? When we said, are you hungry? And she said, no, I'm not. I don't know which one of you. we will have one lesson just to determine what you really want and how to know that, what you want, because if you don't know what you want, you cannot succeed. You have to know what you want. And the statistic is, those people have a clear vision for the future. They know what they want. 70% of them are happy people. Let me repeat that again. The people have clear vision. They know what they want for the future. 70% of them are happy people. The people who do not have clear vision and they don't know what to do in their future, 70% of them are miserable. You got it? So. And then we have to balance between our family, our life, and our future, our outside. Let's call it inside and outside. First, what do you call it between religion and other life? This is to me all one life. That's between inside and outside. Number one is the passion, is our relationship, is our friend, it's our family. Do you remember one time I told you, and I see it on the tube the other day, when I said success is a package? Do you remember that? Anybody remember that? Please, somebody said I didn't remember that. Thank you. It's a package. If you are successful, you're the friend, you have friend, you really, I call my friend, I need this. Oh, sure. He doesn't ask me why. He runs to help me. I have a man behind me. That's success with your friend. Your family, your wife, your children, they are there for you. That's a balance. That's a relationship. Number two, you have to take care of your body. Do you remember when I said it's only $10 plus tax to go to the gym? Today I dropped my kids, I went to work, I went to the gym, I went home, changed my clothes, I went to the gym, I did 2.5 hours, I came out of the gym, I didn't have time to take a shower. This is, I spray myself with a bunch of cologne so I don't stink. So I run to come here to talk to you. You need to go to the gym. If you are not healthy, your mind is not healthy. You have to take care of your body. The same way you take care of your mind. Now, how to treat people. التعامل مع الناس. And by the way, all my notes in Arabic and spontaneous translation. التعامل مع الناس. How to treat people. Not how do you like it. You always treat people nice and kind. Regardless how they respect, how they do to you. Doesn't matter. You are a principal, you are a Muslim. Did you read the interview of those letter of some of those hostages they wrote about the people they were captive in Gaza? Did you read that? That's what the Muslim is. That's a Muslim is. You are good all the time. With other Muslim or with non-Muslim. You are good all the time. And then you have to control your time. And we will be talking about time, because that's time. They say time is gold. To me, time is more than gold. That's your life. Don't lose a day of your life. Trust me. Trust me. I tell you, when I'm 77, I wish I know what I know when I was your age. Yes. I wish I had somebody to tell me that when I was your age. You know, at your age, what they were teaching us? To love Abdul Nasser, what he was the president, he was the most of the dictator of the time. To remember, instead of memorizing Quran, we were memorizing his speech. Okay? I wish you would appreciate that. We are in a free country. You can be anything you want to be. And we'll tell you why we need the leadership. Also, it's another section. And then, when I said to control your time, also control yourself. Do you remember when we talked, don't let anybody make you angry? Do you remember when the guy broke his foot? Do you remember the story? said, what's wrong with your foot? He said, I was so angry, I hit the wall and I broke my arm. Don't. You have to be strong enough. Don't let anybody antagonize you. Don't give him the pleasure to be happy that he antagonizes you. You are filthy, you are black, you are white, you are Arab, you are... Don't. You are what you are. Be proud of yourself. And then we will talk about that too. So I saved one class just for that. Ma'rifat al-nas, how to know people, how to recognize people. How when you sit, don't let people fool you. When you sit with me the first half an hour, this guy, he has something, I can learn from him. This guy is a phony. This guy is hypocrite. How you can figure out people. See what I'm trying to teach you? So you can face life with a lot of ammunition. Then, when we talk about the Islamic leadership, first, he has to be really a good believer. I mean, the iman in his heart is very strong. Number two, he has to understand the Sharia well. He has to follow the Prophet to the letter. You cannot be leader and you don't know that. And then, you have to purify yourself in front of Allah. You have to be clear with yourself when you are by yourself, not like a sinner like me. When you are by yourself, you don't do bad things because you know, you feel, you know Allah is watching you. And then you be effective leader. And then also, you have to know we are here for istikhlaf. Allah put us on this earth to implement my message, for me to grow up, to have a family, to raise my kids well, to take care of my community, to care of... I always have a message in life. I'm not here just at random. And then there is saying Napoleon Bonaparte. Anybody doesn't know Napoleon? No?
Yes.
By the way, there is a movie that's coming.
I wasn't there.
It's not here?
It's okay.
Huh?
It's okay.
Did you see the movie?
Yeah, it's
It
okay.
came out?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was coming. I was waiting for it.
He said it's not good.
Huh?
He said it's not good.
Like
It's not
7 out
good.
of 10, 7 out of 10.
I heard very graphic. So he said, an army of lions, and they who has their leader as their lion. When you are a leader, to a point, the Islamic saying doesn't say that. The Muslim said, an army of lions led by a lion is the best of all. This is what the Muslim army is. But let's go what he said. If you have a leader who is a lion, and you have a rabbit, a soldier, he can lead them. He can bring them somewhere. But if you have a leader of a rabbit, and you have a lion following him, they will get nowhere, because if the leader is so loser, you can't accomplish anything. You see what I'm trying to say? So that's what I was going to talk about last lesson. Now, this lesson, I hope I have enough time. How much time we have?
You have 10 minutes.
Okay. What did when we first talked about leadership, what did we identify the leader to be? Anyway.
Rare.
What's the leader's job?
Lead.
To lead the people toward a goal. So there's a leader, and there are people, and there is a goal to go to. Now, the leader has 6 rules. I hope I can get these 6 rules. I don't rule this for nothing. Rule number 1. Before I go to there are 2 kinds of people. They are a leader and manager. And you have to distinguish between a leader and a manager. These 6 characteristics, I'm going to list them in those 10 minutes. Anything beside that is management, is not a leader. Now, number one, التخطيط, planning. You don't necessarily to do it yourself. Maybe you work in a company, they have a group of people who do the planning. But you are as a leader, the CEO, you look at the plan. The plan comes from you. You look at the plan. This is good, this is not good. You put your index, you put this is better, let's do this. But the plan finally has to come from you. And then you put your opinion. You open a new vision, new things, a new market, a new. Do you remember the story when I told you? Do you see how everything we've been talking related to each other? Do you remember the father who sent his son? They have a shoe factory and sent his son to a town, and he said there is no business. Everybody walk barefoot. Do you remember the story? And do you remember when the other brother went there? He said, oh, we have a great opportunity. Nobody has shoes. We can sell tons of shoes. So that's in you. That's, as a leader, you should have a new vision for what's going to happen next. And your vision has to be respectful. So when you talk to your people, they look at you. The guy has a point. Number 3, build relationship. And I'll give you a very simple example. Our president, Dr. Hussein, he knew a lot of politicians. So one of our committee, I said, why don't you be with him? So he will introduce you to all these politicians to know them. And then one other person from our committee, he worked with organizations like Interfaith and etc. So there is another person in the committee said, why don't you tag up with this person and go learn? This is the new committee, the new generation taking over. You see, so the point is, build relationship, and we will come to that to talk about it. When you go anywhere, you see anybody, don't just stick to your friend all the time. You are somewhere, you met new people, and I'll give you an example. This is very good example. One time I was in conference in a little town in Spain called Manresa, Spain. It was a conference for 90 cities around the world about interfaith. You meet people from all over the world. They were that boy. I don't know if I told you this story before. His name is Noah. He was a Jewish boy from Chicago. He must be following this. Must be learned that in his. He's in college. After he talked to me for a few, he was like screening who is in the conference. He stuck to me. He goes with me everywhere. I go to the Moroccan people, they are all over in Spain. So they invite me to the mosque for dinner. He always with me. Because that's the point, bina al-alaqat, to build that relationship. When you see somebody taking a leadership of something, stick to him, learn. You see new people, talk to them. Assalamu alaikum, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Chicago. Nice meeting you. What do you do here? Learn. Every new person you meet, you learn something. And then the whole thing, when we finish, we will talk about you to make a network among yourself. Because I have here 22 kids. It's going to be leader in the next 10, 15 years. They are going to have a network with each other. Remember, brother, what we need to talk about 15 years ago? That's what we're going to do. That's the goal. Number 3. What you have, work on it, improve it, and at the same time, build a new relationship. And there is a saying said, I think I have 2 more minutes.
4.
20% of the people who donate, they are 80%. They said 20% who the people who have your business, your client, give you 80% of your business. Only 20% of the people, like 20 people, 20 company you deal with, they give you 80% of the business. Like in the mosque, 20% who donate to the mosque, they donate 80% of the budget of the mosque, always. So you always see those 20% and build that relationship with them. And I'll give you an example. We have a mosque here in town without remembering that name. That guy, he wants money for his mosque. What he does, what's your name? Ibrahim. He figured out when Ibrahim went to Hajj, he called him, he got a bunch of people to go to visit him when he came from Hajj. I heard Ibrahim, forgive me, he gets sick. He gets 3-4 people, they go together to visit Ibrahim. Ibrahim, his daughter got married. He got a few people to go and congratulate him. He built that relationship. Why? Because he knows Ibrahim has money and he can donate. He's a major donor. Build that relationship. Keep building that relationship. I'm talking about not only a mosque, I'm not talking about a school, I'm talking about business, I'm talking about company, about you have to know who your client. And the last one, I don't think I can finish. 2 more minutes. You have to, as a leader, you have to fix your major problems. For example, my son came to me, help me out with this, my math homework. Why couldn't you do it? No, I have difficulty. I said, okay, show it to me. And the page is white. He didn't even try. He said, go try and then do it. As a leader, you don't work little problems. You work major problems. You don't look, the little problem is the manager problem. Your problem, the big problem. I tried to get that person to come to talk to the class. I couldn't find him. Did you visit him? Did you see where he worked? Did you try to call him? No, I didn't. Well, why you come to me? Go fix your problem. This is manager problem, not your problem. And the last one, to improve yourself and your people. You don't think, well, you know what? I am old enough, I don't need to learn anymore, and I stop. You will never finish. When you get to that point, you are done. You always learn. I went to conference, I found a lot of benefit to it. I asked Sister Shireen, you go there next year. It was so useful. Yes. She took some teachers, she went there, she learned. Actually, we learned to bring those books, the health books for you. So everywhere you go, you learn something. I'm sorry I cut it very short, not in detail, but then we will discuss this next time, because that is going to talk about one kind of leadership. Stational leadership called. This is one of the theory in the leadership, but I have to stop here. Did you learn something today? All right.